going to be here demonstrating the pop-up wall. These walls are really slick, set up super fast. We'll do a rundown for you so you can understand how to do them quickly and efficiently. Okay, when you're setting up these pop-up walls, you're going to need to figure out what is the top, what is the bottom, what's front and back. An easy way to do so is you've got these little turn buttons on the bottom that will designate these are the bottom. These are adjustable feet, so you can level out the frame as needed. So that's an easy way to determine that this side is going to be the bottom, which means this side is going to be the top. The feet are also always in the front, so we can automatically know that this side is going to be the front, the other side is going to be the back. In order to start setting it up, you'll want to lay it out. It can be down on the ground. You just start pulling out. You can't do this with one person. We recommend two. Let's see here. Oh, here's a great example. So the webbing for the Velcro was caught around one of the corners, restricting the frame from being able to open all the way. So definitely watch out for those. If it's not opening, look at your Velcro, see if it's catching on anything, and then you should be able to set it up. Once you get it mostly expanded, you're going to need to come through and clip together all of the tension arms. And I'm going to go through and do that quickly. Another thing when setting these up, applying the fabric onto the frame is generally easiest done when it is down on the ground. You can do it standing up. Some people think that's easier. I like doing it when it's down on the floor, so I'm going to do it while it's still down. Sometimes it can be kind of tricky to figure out where the center is. On ours, we've set this one up before, so we have actually marked on the back with a Sharpie, just letting us know where the corners are. And that's really only needed if you have a pop-up wall that has the end caps where the fabric goes around the sides. If you don't have the end caps, it's actually super easy, because this would be your corner. You would apply the corner right here on the edge and just go all the way around. But where this one has the end caps, we're gonna have to adjust for that. So the easiest way to do that, if you don't already have them marked, is honestly, you're just going to have to kind of think, okay, I need about a foot of fabric to be able to wrap around the side. You'll probably have to adjust it a couple times, but we recommend once you do have it up the first time, put a little Sharpie on the back. Nobody's going to be able to see it. That way, when you're setting it up the second time, it goes a lot quicker. At this point, if you have purchased lights to go with your tent, it's easiest to attach those while it's down low. So you're going to want to make sure that the light is going to be pointing down at the fabric when you set it up, otherwise you're going to have to take it back down. These just slide right into the clips. And obviously plug it in as well, so you don't forget that. And it's also a little, you can adjust these after the fact, but it's easier to try and be like, okay, I want the light, shining down. And then at this point, we'll stand it up. And theoretically, you'd be good to go. Like I said, there are the adjustment feet on the bottom. At that point, it's best if you have one person maybe behind it, making sure it's not going to tip over. But at that point, you can just come, adjust these feet as needed. It is set up a little bit, so it'll tilt back ever so slightly, even when they're pushed in all the way. So for the lights, keep in mind these cords, the cords that are going to attach to your lights, I believe they're about 8-9 feet long. So you're probably going to need an extension cord. It's certainly enough for the cord to be plugged into the light and get down a little bit, but once it's down on the ground, you've really only got a couple feet, so most likely you're going to need an extension cord, possibly a power strip that has multiple plugs if you have multiple lights. There are also channels on the end where you could add lights, so theoretically you could have 4 lights on it. You could have 4 lights on a 7x7 wall. Okay, so now we're going to go through the breakdown assembly. Pretty much it's everything just in reverse, but we'll do that just to make sure that it's clear in case you have any questions. So you take your wall, get it where you can lay it down flat, because that's easiest. If you have lights on, take those off first. It's a good tip to also unplug from the back before you drop the wall down. That way nothing's getting pulled or broken. Then all you need to do to get the fabric off is just start at one corner and slowly pull away. You're not going to hurt the fabric as you pull it off. So it's not like you have to be gentle, but I wouldn't just, go nuts with it. It's best if you have a pop-up wall with end caps to start with the back side and get that off first before pulling off the top and the bottom. Definitely recommend folding your fabric. It is wrinkle resistant, but just good practice to fold it and make sure that it's not going to get wrinkled. When taking the frames down, you'll just want to go through and undo these tension bar arms one at a time. Make sure that they are all unclipped before you try and collapse the frame. Otherwise, you run the risk of damaging your frame. Then once they are all unclipped, easily comes down like so. Then you're good to put it back in your bag. You can also store the fabric in the carry bag that it comes with and keeps everything together nice and neat.